Good morning. It is the Going On Daily Live morning show, and I've got Lena, who's normally the lead on Saturdays with Kenny, but nice job by Ron filling in for Kenny, but he forgot to send Lena the actual details of the show, so
Can we
here I am
let's
leading
just
for
talk
her.
about Ron for a minute. Oh no. I'm kidding.
So So it is season 3, episode 82 Splash. And obviously, by the picture, you know what that has to do with. Uh,
hmm
and, it was exciting that we actually, got to go around the moon.
Yeah, it was.
So,
It was. It was.
um,
It. I mean, it all depends. I don't know. I know a lot of it was going on during the day, and other people were working, so I'm not sure how
yeah,
much people would get
I was
a
doing the
chance to see.
sports show. I was
Yeah.
doing Sports Unfolded when this was all going down, and we had Hugo that was in the chat telling us T minus
Oh.
etc. for the splashdown,
Oh, that's
and he
cool.
kept us posted, updated, so I didn't actually get to see it because I was in the middle of a show, but,
Right.
you know,
I mean, well, it went on for a long time. Like this is a 9-day mission,
yeah.
so there was a lot of stuff that was going on for all that time. So it wasn't really just the takeoff and splashdown and all that kind of stuff. But what was going on during the week while they were out there, the malfunctioning toilet, yada yada yada. So
Yeah,
you
so,
know,
I mean, we might as well just kick this off, right? I mean, we should just go right into the current events that you've
yeah,
got, so
yeah.
let's continue all this.
So yeah, I wanted to get into this. I don't. I know that we were off on Thursday, right? So we didn't have a show then. So I don't know
Right.
how many people, if anybody, talked about this. I honestly didn't see it.
Nobody did.
So Artemis 2, that was a 9-day mission. It was a lunar flyby mission.
Yep.
We had a crew of 4 astronauts, and it was the first crewed flight of NASA-led Artemis program, the first crewed flight beyond low Earth orbit since
Okay.
Apollo 17. That would have been 1972.
Wow. That's a
Here I go.
long time.
This is going to be factual information, so pay attention now. Artemis 2 is the second flight of the Space Launch System, SLS, and the first crewed flight of the Orion spacecraft. And that was named Integrity by the crew. So the mission was a test flight. It was supporting subsequent Artemis missions aimed at returning humans to the lunar surface. Right? So it was originally designated
Yeah.
Exploration Mission 2, EM2, and intended to support the now canceled asteroid redirect mission. Objectives were revised that after the establishment of the Artemis program in 2017, and the objectives are
Mm,
similar to those in Apollo 8. In 1968, the first crewed, they did a lunar flight during the Apollo program. The free return trajectory more closely resembles that flown by Apollo 13 in 1970. Now, if you're like a big space fan, this is going to make sense to you. Good morning, Laura. So yeah, so it was pretty cool. Reed Wiseman, he was the oldest person to travel beyond low Earth orbit and near the moon. He's one of the guys that was on the flight. And during the flyby, the crew set the record for the human distance, the human distance from Earth,
right.
252,756 miles. Breaking
Further
Apollo
than
13.
ever.
Right.
Further than ever
And Apollo
before.
13 was 248, 655. So it was over Apollo 13, which was before this flight. That was the longest or the furthest.
Yeah.
Was Apollo 13. The backup and prime crew would be Jenny Gibbons, Andre Douglas, Jeremy Hansen, Christina Koch, Victor Glover, and Reed Wiseman. Those are the guys. That's the whole crew. And so Splashdown is happening. Yesterday, they did the whole flight. They took a lot of pictures. If you go and you type Artemis 2 in anywhere, you'll find a million pictures and things like that
Yeah, I
of
saw a
stuff.
bunch of them.
Yeah, and just some information about what they took. There was that little blackout period where they actually got a chance to just kind of chill and look at everything without a whole lot of statistical information. There was a point in time where they could not actually contact
Right.
us, where they had to go through, but they from what we were learning from them, they actually appreciated that because it gave them a chance to just kind of exhale. Okay, so and then splashdown was yesterday. That should have been 8 o'clock Eastern last night.
Yeah.
And it was successful. And so splashdown, if anybody does not know what that is, it's the method of if I could have talked today, that would be nice. So let me slow down. Splashdown is the method of landing a spacecraft or a launch vehicle in the body of water
Right.
of their choice, usually by parachute. This has been the primary recovery method of American capsules during NASA's Mercury, Gemini, Apollo, and Orion, along with the private SpaceX Dragon. That's also been something that one did. So they splashed down off the coast of San Diego at 8:07 p.m. last night Eastern, as they planned to, and that
That's really
concluded.
good.
Yep.
It's amazing how they can pinpoint where they want to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, in the 60s, I could see it being. I think now we kind of it makes more sense, but still, it's kind of an interesting thing when you look at the whole way that everything gets done. And so, it was monumental, it was risky, it was a 10-day journey around the moon and back, and it what happens next from here is that Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, and, the other guys from Canada, the space agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen, they were all taken to the recovery ship, just so in case anybody's wondering, what happens after splashdown?
Right.
They'll get medical checks, right?
Yep.
NASA's Mission Control, their center in Houston, erupted in cheers and applause, of course, as the astronauts were retrieved from the Orion capsule. And after being in microgravity during their 10-day mission, they have to undergo like a medical evaluation to
Yeah.
see how
And it's
well they.
normal, just like
Right.
they show on Stargate.
Yeah. When you see a
They come
space
back from
thing,
their
they kind of got to
missions,
go
they got
through.
to go
Yeah.
get checked.
Right. So they're
Same
doing all of
thing.
that. That's what they're doing today. Obstacle courses, tests, and medical checks to see how well they reacclimate to our gravity.
Right.
And then after all that, they fly back to Houston to be reunited with their families. That's about it's supposed to be between 3 and 8 p.m. today. Now, I don't know why that's such a wide gap of time. I don't know if that's just a matter of what their travel is going to be like.
Maybe they're afraid that people might, go
Oh,
to the
that's
place
true.
and just
They're
like camp
probably
out
worrying
and wait
about,
for them. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
if you
Americans.
take
We
the
ruin everything.
general,
We have to show up
yeah,
everywhere and, get in the way of everything. So
exactly.
probably that's what they're doing. They don't want to pinpoint a time. The latest guidance from NASA was that an event would begin at 4:45 p.m., but that time could change. And then, of course,
Mm.
we also have this like the press that shows up and everything else. So to some degree, they're going to have to obviously give some sort of time frame because the press has to be there, and there has to be like
Right.
I don't know if there's going to do a press conference or whatever, but they normally do something like that when the
Right.
families are there. So yeah, we did it. We touched down. Your thoughts on space exploration? Are you like a big fan of that
I
or?
am. I'm very much so.
Yeah.
Um, just the just because
Hmm.
thing for me, but it also is just in case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we have to leave this planet in a hurry. I want to be
Yeah.
reassured somebody is at least getting out. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? I
Right. I'm
and
just
I
wondering.
know
Yeah.
you see all those doomsday movies, and it's always, you got to save the president, this and that, and that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want capable people. You know what I mean? People that are going to be able to get
I
out
cannot tell
and
you how
then
much that
start
sentiment in the
somewhere.
past 2 years has been more relevant than ever. But anyway, yes.
Right.
Hmm.
So I think the just in case thing,
Right.
because I mean, we've seen, Bruce Willis save the planet,
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
you know,
yeah. Ron's
and
been watching a lot of
I know
movies
it
about that.
sounds
Yeah. Yeah.
right. It sounds crazy, but you got to be able to do it. I
We were
mean, you have
raised though
to.
on that like that hope thing that I don't know. There's a whole thing
Yes.
about that we were raised on, especially as Gen X, I think.
Yes.
So yeah.
And I think that's a good thing.
We
And we have to be able to,
hmm
to go further. I don't know if that's going to be possible
hmm
anytime soon, but it would be nice to
it's
actually send people to Mars. It would be nice.
it's definitely projected optimism, right? So me, I'm not saying that I don't like the I don't care. I'm a nerd, so I like the scientific aspect of stuff.
Absolutely.
So where we're going isn't even like of concern to me so much as like just like they're doing all of these like statistical all this math they're doing and these trajectories, and that's where I get all jazzed up. Even if we're
Mm,
whether we're dropping into the ocean and we're going to investigate something there, or anything having to do with like logistical statistics and math and all that. That's the thing that gets me all sauced up is people that are like scientific, that are going through school, that go through NASA program and just learn how to navigate stuff with different types of math and things like that. That's stuff,
mm.
that's what I know. It's probably very
I'll
boring to
tell you.
most people, but I find it interesting that people have that ability and can pull books off the shelf and say, well, this is what we need. We need to know this. So this is the type of math we need to use. That's kind of cool to me.
Well, I'm gonna see if I was ever to go
Mhm,
up, into like, a
mhm,
Starship Enterprise kind of thing.
right.
Just if they had one that was just circling the earth all the time.
Mhm.
And I mean, I would be like, hey, let's go for a joyride. Just
Of
go.
course,
You
you
just
would.
go. Leave orbit, you just go through space and see what you find.
I mean, it's
I would love that.
the one part that I think is interesting and I wish that most people could experience and maybe they should think about is the existential aspect of once you leave orbit and you are nowhere near Earth and you're looking at Earth from somewhere else, you don't see all of the crap that goes on when you're down here in the trenches of the stuff that people are divided by and the
Yeah.
arguments or whatever else the people are not
Yeah.
humanly, nice to other humans. All of that from guys that have been out in space and have written articles about it. That's the perspective that I wish most of us had, where we could just
Mm.
kind of zoom out and
Yeah,
say,
absolutely.
all of it is when you look at like your neighborhood and the people in your neighborhood or the things that are going on in your city, does that matter when you're looking at it from that perspective, right? It's all just water and, land and it's just all you can't see. Um, Political divides, you can't see racial divides, you can't see anything. It's just people. And it's we
Yeah,
can't even see
and
that. It's like
exactly.
so
It's like
that's
you could
kind of
just breathe,
right. Right. And
It's
so
like, it's
yeah,
peace,
so
serenity now kinda thing, that's
I
what
mean
it
that's
is.
something most people need to get in their lives and understand how to do. I don't think a lot of people know how to do that. To just separate themselves from the like daily stuff and just but that's a cool perspective to have if you ever get a chance to look at just some of the shots of Earth from the moon or
Mm,
from
yes,
other, those are
it's
pretty cool
amazing.
shots. And if you can look at that and say, what are we all, not trying to say, maybe we all could get along, but at least to look back at the Earth from a distance,
Yeah,
it doesn't look
absolutely.
as gnarly as it does from here.
And,
So,
that blackout period,
mhm,
they must have just been in pure bliss.
exactly.
Because Big Brother isn't contacting them in any
Right.
way,
Yeah, they
and
don't
they're
have to
just
report
like,
back
"Oh
any
my god, look
statistics
at me."
or any, any dashboard stuff or whatever it is they normally have to do to monitor themselves and the craft and everything like that ongoing. That's a period of time where they don't have to do it. They can't do it. So it actually forces them to just chill.
Right.
Need I bring up the 2-day snowstorm we had a month ago? Where everybody was complaining about whether or not they could get their Dunkin' Donuts coffee. And it's kind of like, you get 2 days thrown at you that you didn't have to actually be anywhere or do anything. And some people didn't take that as a like a breather. Like, you know what? The world is crazy right now. Here's 2 days of just
Yeah,
we can't do it. They're telling us we can't do it. We can't leave. We can't drive anywhere. We don't have anywhere to go. The places we would go are shut down. Like, let's just grab a book and run a hot bath and light a candle and just read and chill. But I don't
yeah.
think we know how to do that as a society sometimes. So
So Hugo is here, he's telling us that they take a nap when in blackout.
I they might I don't know how long it was. It was 47 minutes. I don't remember how long it was. They may have been able to do that as well, but I know that some of them were saying I don't know if they could have taken a nap, or some of them maybe couldn't sleep or whatever, but some of them were saying that they actually enjoyed that space of time, because they got to just look at out the windows and just be like, "Look at that thing we're doing. Is this cool or what?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to stop and just be like, "Who gets to do this? Like, how cool is it that most
Yeah.
people will never be here, and how many people will be able to see the stuff we're seeing?" And also I think it's pretty cool when they go down the dark side of the moon, like that stuff is awesome too. So yeah, and then I'm not talking about Pink Floyd, so don't go there. I know your brain is doing it, Ron, but don't do it.
So
Yeah.
Hugo posted a NASA emote
Mhm.
from watching the Twitch feed that they had. So they had a Twitch
Yeah.
feed set up for this whole ordeal,
Yeah, they did. They did.
and he got a special emote for it.
That was pretty cool.
That is pretty neat, you know. Uh, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a special moment, really
It is.
is.
It's something to go back and look at in history, and it's something that you could say, "Hey, listen, wherever we were, what were we doing when that
And
was
they've
happening?"
gone farther than anybody has gone before, and that is something to hang your little space helmet on.
That's true. I agree. I agree. So, yeah, uh, Artemis 2, check it out. Like I said, the mission's done. They're back on the ground, and they're going through their paces now to make sure that they're back on Earth, and they're functioning properly. So, somewhere around between 3 and 8, try to watch the news. I don't whenever it happens, because that's a really wide gap of time, but if you can check in every so often to see whether or not they're back in Houston, and they're running their press conferences, because it should be pretty interesting to see what they have to say about it, once they go
Absolutely.
through all of that. So, I mean, I'm sure there'll be plenty of clips. I mean, living in a world now where you're not really going to miss anything. So, I don't know. If you miss it, you'll probably still be able to find it. But yeah, that happened. So,
I mean, I love this photo here.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
This is just spectacular. I can't,
Yeah,
you
like
know.
I mean, I love this. There's something about this is the stupidest thing. So, ready for my brain to do something weird? Um, I buy balls for my dog that I throw, whatever. We have chuck it balls, and you put them in a little thing, and they make balls. They make them that are like that color, so they're like that bright orange with like a stripe of blue. And all I can think of is a chuck it ball when I look at that picture, just because of the colors. But yeah, so that was something that happened this week. I'm gonna bring up something else that happened this week, and I just have to make a mention of it. And that is that CNN did a memorial on Michael J. Fox this week, and he's not dead.
Wait, what?
Yes. You did not Ron, I get everything. You gotta I don't know where you're at during the week.
Wait a
There's a
minute.
lot of
Wait,
stuff
whoa, whoa,
goes on.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Did he die?
No, he's not. That's the whole point.
Oh my god, I was so scared.
They published a video package titled "Remembering the Life of Actor Michael J. Fox." I don't know, from a press perspective, if it's something that they're preparing. I don't know why they did it. Somebody maybe published it and shouldn't have. I don't know. But his response was absolutely and positively WTF when he saw that. That was his response. Um, I have to say something, because like Michael J. Fox, and anybody who knows music, Michael J. Fox was somebody that I had a crush on for years. Years. I loved Michael J. Fox. I still do. So he is like, to me, like, he has to be preserved. He cannot, if he goes anywhere. So basically, it was a heart attack for me and for a few people
You
that are
just
fans of
had
his.
me
And for
worried.
Ron,
So
right on the air, you saw it. Ron had a heart attack. He's alive and well despite rumors of his death circulating. Now, don't get me wrong. I've seen a million like stars and a million movie actors and stuff that have been pronounced dead on the internet. Like, that goes on all the time. It's actually, we should just do a show on how many people were pronounced dead as a rumor that weren't, right? Because it happens all the time. But CNN did this. So people were really worried about this. They ignited a death scare. They released a video package, right? titled "Remembering the Life," and he's been living with Parkinson's. So people, I mean, it's a worry, or whatever. I'm sure of his. I watched this show called Shrinking, which may or may not be something you care about, but this particular season is about some of it is about Parkinson's and
Right.
they brought Michael J. Fox
Yeah.
on, and he is one of the funny. He's like just I love the fact that he just doesn't. He's just out there making jokes about it. His sense of humor is amazing. Like with everything he's been through, and he's been through a lot. He's so good about it, and so it's so good to see him. Every time I see him in a show, I'm like all excited. The last time that I saw that was like when Larry David had him on. He's done a bunch of different cameos and stuff, and so you know how do you react when you turn on the TV and CNN's reporting your death? Like, so he wrote on his Threads account, do you A, switch to MSNBC or whatever they're calling themselves these days? Because he's got, like I said, he's quick like this, and he came right back. He said, B, pour scalding hot water on your lap. If it hurts you, fine. C, call your wife. Hopefully she's concerned but reassuring. And D, relax. They do this once every year. E, ask yourself WTF. This was what he wrote in Threads. So he came right back with a response like, oh, what the heck? Is it true? Am I? And yes, did he call his wife? Did he pour scalding hot water on himself to see if he felt it? I don't know, but that was his response. Yeah, that was great when he was on Larry David, when he was on
I mean, he's an
yes,
icon. I mean,
right. He is. So it was just
don't
like
mess with Mikey.
CNN. Do not do that. Do not.
Do not.
So yes, he gets to
Oh,
witness. Now it's pretty funny. I have a couple of screenshots of different actors where that happened, and I have one. I'll have to find it. That Steve Martin had. Somebody tagged him in a post and said, now that Steve Martin's dead, he went into this big thing, and Steve Martin responded and said, well, I appreciate that. Because it's like, I don't know, somebody got their information. I'm pretty sure, honest to God, I swear, they probably do. CNN and different news teams, they do have footage and things in like on shelves waiting for something to happen. They do. They prepare their stuff ahead of time. So I'm not surprised that they would have something like that. But somebody made the wrong call and it got published. So anyway, I just had to say that.
You scared me. You scared me.
Well, I sent it to you, but I only sent you MJF because I didn't
I know. I'm like, wait,
nope.
I was like,
he's
in the news. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's a huge story, and CNN did apologize for it, but they scared the living bejesus out of most of the country this week. So good going, CNN.
That would be appalling.
Yes, there's a few people out there that like. There's a few stars, it's celebrities or famous people that like I refuse to ever see us lose. Like I just can't, and he's one of them. Like I just would not be able to handle that.
Yeah, so. That's a tough one.
It is a tough
There's
one.
a lot of tough ones out there.
Yeah, exactly.
So and another one that we were just talking about, Shrinking. Harrison Ford is another one.
Yeah,
because you lose Han Solo and Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Well, how many people can I tell you that Harrison Ford played? Because of course I follow his whole career, and was in love with that man. Oof. Yeah. So I mean,
yeah.
It's funny when
might be my favorite actor because I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan. I even like the last one. I don't care that he's a million years old. I didn't care. He's still Indiana Jones and will always be Indiana Jones to me.
Right. I mean, like I said, Harrison Ford accelerated my puberty by quite a bit when I was a kid. And what's cool to like read about, because one of my other favorite people that I lost would be Carrie Fisher. I absolutely still am not over Carrie Fisher's death. I'm not. But she wrote a whole thing about the affair she had with him. And although he wasn't thrilled with the book being released at the time,
I would say not.
But well, he wasn't married at that point, so it wasn't damaging to him. But it had to be a big secret because he was married when he was doing Star Wars. But yeah, she just explained like kind of behind the scenes, kind of how he was. And that
Uh,
was interesting. It was just interesting to find out like that side of him, or I mean, he was young, and I think they were working out of London, England, most of the time. So it was just kind of like it was just interesting to learn like his personality back at that time. You know what I mean? Behind the
yeah, I
scenes, it was
guess
kind
if
of
you
interesting.
look like Harrison Ford, it can't be a bad thing.
No,
Just
I think most of the guys. So when I was growing up for Gen X, I think most guys like that was like their. There was a couple of guys out there that they were like comparing themselves against, and Harrison Ford was a very big goal to compare for a lot of guys. Like if you were pulling the chicks and you were, you know,
you know how
the
many
guy, you
guys
were
must have
the
went out and bought
coolest.
that hat?
Oh my god.
I'm
I
telling
I
you,
yeah, that
people
hat
do
was the
that.
best.
They think that because they wear the hat, they have that
Yeah.
Harrison Ford persona.
I mean, in 1980, what was it? 4 or 5? I don't know how many guys were Harrison Ford were. They were I don't know how many guys were uh Indiana Jones for like Halloween. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, why
So,
not?
right.
Why not?
So yeah, no,
I mean, he's just an. When you look at him, he's
right.
just an average guy.
Yes,
Like,
but man, I got to
but
tell
he
you,
has.
he won
I
the
mean, but it's
biological
his
lottery,
own.
man. He
It's
just
his
did.
quiet aura that that
Yeah.
draws the people, I guess. There's not. It's not like like Paul Newman with the blue eyes, and it's not like that.
Right. Well, see, so like I
It's
think a
just
lot of
different.
actors have different things about them. And to me, Harrison Ford, although I'm sure he wasn't like this, like I don't think he appreciated Hollywood. He never seemed to be the type that was like a
You
Hollywood.
go spitting out random facts.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I gotta because I'm reading this. I moved it over so
John
I didn't.
Hancock's 1767 Boston home is for sale for the first time in 50 plus years.
Okay, well, is he gonna bet on it?
Random, random.
So yeah, there are different like auras or personalities or whatever, like
Yeah,
vibes that people put out. And to me, Harrison Ford appears to be the type that he's a strong personality, but like he doesn't have to say much. And he's
right,
always been that way. Like I said, I
right.
don't know how he is when you piss him off, although I've seen a few pictures of him in New York flipping off. There was a video I watched recently where he's walking through New York and like something went on with traffic and he just walked out in the middle of the street. He's like, go. He's yelling at the cars, telling them something happened with traffic when he was trying to cross the street, and he just decided like to yell and be like irate and direct traffic, which I thought was hilarious. But
Yeah,
yeah, he's always been a very private person, which I appreciate. He hasn't been like the guy that's been like, oh, let me go to all the parties. Like he's not that dude, which I
yeah,
I kind of like. So
yeah,
anyway,
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. All right, you
so
are watching us on Kick, YouTube, and Rumble at Rhode Island Broadcasting. Also on Twitch, like Hugo is at RI_broadcasting. And on X and Twitter at Broadcasting RI. Follow us also on Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spreaker, which is blowing up because that's where we go. That's what I put it on to get
mhm.
to Amazon.
Okay,
And you Amazonians are doing well for us right now. Thank you.
nice.
Thank you so much for listening. Follow us on all our social medias, including MeWe, TikTok, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Gab, Parlor, and Space. Hey,
Yep.
we miss you,
And
Kenny. We
Patreon.
do miss you. And also follow us on Patreon at RI Broadcasting. You can follow us on Facebook as well. We're trying to go live on Facebook, so you got to get on there, share it to your friends. So follow us there at Going On Daily Morning Show,
Yep.
and you know we got to make up for Mark's big mistake. Support the show at rhodeislandbroadcasting.net. There you can donate up to $10 million. So if you got a
Yeah.
few million lying around, just send it to us and it'll help us with the show.
But listen, if you
And
have
we
10
can
million
bring
and
all
one dollars, just
yeah, you could do that.
just
Million and
do it
one.
twice.
And
Just
if you
put
mark
yeah.
if you're marked, you gotta send the 10 million to make up for it.
Yeah.
10 million. I don't care, how you do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Also, of course, we have the Hall of Fame going, and you got to get your votes. I thought I was on the other side for a moment. Um, get your votes. Just take out your phone, do the little QR thing. It'll
Mhm.
take you right to the voting. Vote for these. This is a whopper. Led Zeppelin, Queen, Rolling Stones, Fleetwood Mac, and Pink Floyd. Who is going to join Whitney and the Beatles? Who's going to join them? So that's what we need to know. And, I don't think there is a wrong choice.
That's
Maybe
yeah.
Rolling Stones might be the wrong choice.
I have to agree with Becky who said this is cruel. This just is like
This is cruel.
cruel and wrong.
Yeah. I just go by Freddie sings it better. And that's what my choice was. Freddie sings it better. But I grew up on Led Zeppelin.
Yes.
I grew up on Fleetwood Mac.
I'm a Led Zeppelin girl. I love them.
Who doesn't love another brick in the wall, right? I mean,
Right. Look, if you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. I
that's
mean, how
right.
can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? I
Exactly.
mean,
It's it's one of those things that you just remember sitting in the cafeteria in school. And if anybody's playing music, that song is going to be played by somebody
yeah. But all of their
on their
stuff,
Walkman.
because that was part of it. The wall was part of it, and of course, it was the movie. That was a big thing.
Yes.
But all of their stuff, like a lot of their, like for me, it was Money. It was Dark Side of the Moon for me. That was the album I loved.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
mean, we were playing all that stuff. We were just playing all of it. And so, Ron, nobody but us two are gonna understand this. Every time I hear Another Brick in the Wall, what I think of is Sakanase. Because
Really?
when we were children, we were driven by Sakanase as kids, and our parents would scream at us and say, "If you don't behave, we're going to send you to that school." Now, Sakanase, I think, was shut down in 1914 or something ridiculous.
Hmm.
And it's where Chapel Grill and some other stuff is today if you are from Rhode Island. If you're not, you're going to have no idea what I'm talking about. However, the Sakanase buildings stood in a place where if you drove down 95, you could kind of see them there, and they would just sit there and rot. This went on for years. So by the time the 80s came on, or the 70s even, um, all the parents somehow got this idea that they would tell their children that there's like a bad boy and girl school there. And they would threaten us with we were going to be dropped off there if we didn't behave. And I thought my mother was the only one that did it. And then as I got older, I realized the entire state was doing that.
Oh, of course.
And so she used to say stuff like, "You're gonna have to you're gonna have to clean the floor with a toothbrush, and they're gonna serve you gruel, and blah 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 blah." Like all the things that she just went on. Like the parents just got real creative with what went on into the school. We didn't know. We went by
Yeah.
it. We knew what it looked like. Most of us had nightmares of these buildings because of that. And
Fear was a big factor,
well,
no
yeah,
pun intended,
yeah.
back when we were kids because, you know, it worked best.
Was it born? Maybe it was born out of the Catholic school thing. I don't really know. But we were threatened with where we're gonna end up if we didn't get our act together with a lot of
Yeah.
different things.
Like,
But I
Lena,
think that's a common thing for Rhode Island. It's pretty funny.
I remember, and we all know the Bill Cosby skit.
Hmm.
My dad would literally threaten me, I will kill you and make another one that looks just like you so that I don't get in trouble.
Hmm.
He used to say that all the time.
I brought you
And
in, I'll
he
take you
worked
out.
at
Yeah.
he worked at, General Dynamics.
Mhm.
So he was up in Quincy, and then he came down to, North Kingstown at
Yep.
Quonset Point, and he was a grinder and a welder, so he's carrying these big, huge, 90-pound machines to
Mhm.
grind and stuff like that. His hands were like steel. And when I was a kid,
Mhm.
I was lucky if I was 90 pounds.
Yeah,
I
of
was so
course.
skinny, and he would poke me right in the shoulder, right here,
Yeah.
and it would hurt for days.
Yeah.
His hands were so strong, and it's like, you don't piss my father off, because it takes a while for him to get there,
Mhm.
but if he's there, oh my lord,
Yeah, we had
you don't
parents
want
like
it.
that. We had that
Yeah,
they brewed for a while, and they
yeah,
brewed, and then when they exploded, it was not fun.
yeah. My mom was different. She would just throw everything I have out the door.
My mom would no, my mom would throw things at us. My mom would
Yeah.
actually
She
we didn't
put her
have our
foot through
dad,
my
so
speaker.
yeah, my mom would kick, but she would kick us, kick our asses. She just did. What can
Yeah,
I
sh
say?
no, she would destroy my records, and she would always go for the
Yeah.
one on the record player first,
Oh, of
because
course.
obviously that's gonna be the most played, right?
Yep.
She's like, "Alright, you don't wanna do it? Snap."
Yep. Yeah. Threatening.
And that's
And what's
that
weird is, like, think about that. Did that make you really wanna do anything more? Like, did that make you want, other than that you were worried about, like, losing things, but, like, did it motivate you to do things because you really want, like, it didn't make you, like, a team player, but when you when you saw that stuff
no,
happening, you were just like, I think it
no,
made
it
your life
did, because I
worse
valued my
sometimes.
possessions, and,
Right, but
so
it was
I just did
blackmail for
what I was
sure.
supposed to do all the time. I
Speaking of Rhode
wasn't gonna,
Island, right. I mean,
because if you get my mom pissed, you lose stuff.
right.
You get my dad pissed, and then it's like bodily harm,
Yeah,
and
I
I
don't
don't
know,
wanna
it's
risk it, to
interesting.
be honest with you. I don't wanna risk it.
I wanna mention this because sorry, you gotta finish what you're doing there, because we gotta do the vote, but then we have
Oh,
more
yeah,
to talk about.
yeah. Yeah,
Did
we
you
got a
bring up
lot
Rhode
to
Island
talk about.
Broadcasting.net and the fact that everything we've discussed is in that on that website?
Yeah, we gotta do Uganda as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
So, we're raising money, trying to raise money, and Becky has already been at it, sending money out for, I believe it was a emergency C-section, was it?
I'm not sure because I
Um,
didn't catch that maybe.
a child was born with 2 heads,
Oh.
and died, and so they had, like, a ceremony and stuff like that
Mhm.
for the kid, but this is where the money goes.
Right.
It goes for stuff, the family that's over in the other corner next to Lena, that they lost a child, so it's money for school, it's money for kids to go to school,
Right.
and money for families that are basically desperate to get help.
Right.
So it goes for a great cause. And if you want to donate, anything helps. I don't care if it's 50 cents, you know?
Yeah.
So if 50 Cent called and said he wanted to donate 50 Cent, I'd take it. I'd take it, because
50.
50 cents
Call
goes a
twice. Give us a
long way.
dollar. Give us a dollar. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So go to rhodeislandbroadcasting.net/Uganda dash donations, and please donate what you can. Look, if you go to Starbucks or Dunkin', every day,
Right.
how about this? Just just today, go to Cumberland Farms
Right.
and spend $1 for the coffee instead of the $7 for coffee, and donate the rest of that $7 to this fund, and it's going
Right.
to go to good cause, and it's going to go from Becky to there. It's there's
Yeah.
no
No
middle
administrative costs.
corporation,
No. Yeah.
oh, we got to pay this guy, we got to pay that guy for this.
Yeah.
No, it's none of that. It all goes.
She's got a
All
line
goes.
directly to them. That's why. So,
Yes.
um,
Yes.
yeah.
So if you want to find out more about the story,
Mhm.
check out season 3, episode 51, Story Time, and you can check out that.
Mhm.
And she explains a lot of what's going on
It's
there, and
actually really
then
cool. She's got pictures, she's got
yeah,
yeah, it's most
yeah.
of the show is pretty cool there,
And that's
with
still
that
a
story.
popular episode too. We're getting views on it all the time, so people are going to check out the story, and you should do that.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get this link in the chat. Let's do
Mhm.
that and post it in the chat right there. And I know there's a bunch of people watching right now. So do that. Help out.
Right.
Let's make a difference in somebody's lives. It doesn't matter if you know them or not. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
this is the new trend. Let's make a difference for someone
Yeah.
else. That's a new trend. Like, as a human, let's just find somebody else and try to make their life better. Can we do that? Um, Before we move on, I had to mention something.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna make some people in East Greenwich feel better.
Oh,
So there's a small East Greenwich company that helps support the Artemis 2 mission. I don't know if you knew that.
did not know
NASA's
that.
Artemis. 23 employees. Duotron Incorporated. They built a high-tech equipment used to test the systems before the launch. So they're part of the testing before the launch, and they help to make sure that everything's working safely. They help track performance, and it's part of the critical work done long before astronauts ever leave the ground, right? Of course, but it's all over the news nationwide here, but also worldwide. And Duoton president, Alban Redzepi, right? That's the guy that runs the place. And he said, so, for a small company in a state like Rhode Island with a small team, it's exciting to see the Artemis happen because they helped
Mm,
the groundwork.
mm.
Company leaders said they're hoping to stay involved with this as future missions move forward. So, Duotron Incorporated in East Greenwich, shout out. Just wanted to make sure I said that.
Nice. Nice. Very
So,
nice. Do
we
they
have a
have those
connection.
test crash dummies at all?
I'm not sure. They might. I think they do more diagnostic stuff, but maybe.
It's always good
Maybe
to
they
have
have little
one.
crash test dummies and maybe they put them in there.
They would be crash astronauts.
Yes. Crash test
The little suits and everything. That would be awesome.
astronaut test dummies, something like that. Yeah.
All right. Now,
Yes.
it is time for our snack timeline, and I got to
Okay.
bring up my notes here because there were so many I couldn't write it all down because it would have taken me till Christmas,
Oh,
and that would be too
wow.
late. But
Probably.
I got a timeline here of snack. It's like a little history of snacks, and it goes way back, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it goes back to like prehistoric times,
Yeah, I would say.
ancient, little cavemen. And
History of
the
snackage.
the early snacks included obviously honey, fruits, nuts, and natural licorice and ginger.
I wonder how
That's
they
what they
made
used to
licorice
have for
way back
snacks.
then. That's pretty cool.
Of course, some failed and may have partaken in some of the poisonous berries that they died, but
Shout
you
out to
know,
all the people who were the test drive for the rest of us and ate the wrong
yes,
thing, and we were like, "Oh,
yes.
okay, now we'll make sure we make a note of that." Like, shout out to those people, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
Johnny ate a berry there and he died right after it. I don't think I'm going to eat that.
All right, let's mark that plant. Let's mark that plant as poisonous and say goodbye to Johnny and
you
move on.
know, and I would gather they would like gather all these things and then they'd like give it to like the one that they don't like. Here, try this. see, see
Maybe.
if you live.
Maybe they were volunteers. Like, oh, I'll go. I don't know. They probably like tested it on people in jail or something like that. They
Yeah.
probably did something like that.
Well,
Yeah.
there was probably like a bush of berries,
Hmm.
and there would be bodies piled up there. It's like, oh, what happened to Johnny? Johnny Caveman is
Or
dead.
you could
Oh,
follow
look,
the animals
berries.
because The animals always knew what to eat and what not to eat, so I bet you they were helpful.
Yes,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. There'd be like 4 bodies piled up next to the berry tree
Mhm.
or bush or whatever I don't know what they come on. What is it? A
Bush,
bush? A shrub?
usually. Something like that.
So those are the first snacks, right?
Mhm.
Then 18th, 19th century comes along and popcorn makes an appearance.
Okay.
1893, Charles Credors um, introduced popcorn.
I still find magical popcorn magical.
Jiffy Pop.
Yeah, but that's never changed since then, which is funny. It's like a snack that's just never changed.
Yeah,
Like, they've changed the flavor of it and stuff like that, but, like, the actual popcorn kernel has not
yeah, no,
changed in
it's the
200
same
years.
thing. It's just what
Funny.
it is. What it is.
Right. But
You
before that,
know,
it didn't, so that's kinda cool to know that, that somebody created it and it never changed.
like I mean, how do you find this out? You probably just get a bunch of kernels, right? And you had them in a pile, and they were outside in the sun, and then all of a sudden they started popping.
Maybe, but I don't know. I don't think if you take corn kernels, they just act like that. I think there's more to it. So I don't know, but I just always found them to be
Because it's
magical.
just the water inside that pops. It
I
overheats.
think.
Oop.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all it is.
it's
So
delicious, whatever it
shortly
is.
after,
Mhm.
popcorn. Oh my God, this is great, right?
Yep.
Hey, we got something. Maybe we can make snacks all the time, right? Then 1900 comes along. Hershey bar comes. 1900. The
Okay.
year 1900. Hershey. Can you
Yeah.
believe it?
Yep. Yep. Where did that originate?
19,
Spain, right? Chocolate.
1912. This comes.
Yeah.
Oreo cookies. Introduced. 1912.
And the milk right next to it. Oh, it was a homogenized to dunk it into, right? You gotta dunk your Oreo in milk.
Yeah, you can't have Oreos without milk. It's not
No,
right. It's not
it
right.
feels weird. It does.
Yeah. It's like if I have Oreos and don't have milk, I'm not eating Oreos.
I know. You're just like, this is wrong.
They're
Put them
just gonna
back.
sit there. You can take Oreos and add milk to it and mix it up, throw it
Mhm.
in the microwave for like 3 minutes, and it makes cake.
That makes sense. I've never done it, but that totally makes sense when you think
I
about
did
it.
it.
Okay.
I did it. It works. And it's good.
Oh,
Real
wow.
good. 1914, just 2 years later after Oreos, individual wrapped tasty cakes.
Okay. Mm, tasty cakes. Yeah, well, I can see where that's going. I think we still have those, don't we?
1919.
Yeah.
1919, Hostess cupcakes.
That's where I figured that was where that was going. Well, that's where it turns into because tasty cakes, although I think that we still have tasty cakes. Like, I think that my store still has those, right?
Yeah.
Nothing
So
came
he
before
goes,
Oreos, apparently.
what can come before Oreos? And that's it. It's the chocolate, right?
Yeah.
That's what it was. And then they found a way to make it, different and
Although I don't
crunchy.
think that I don't feel like Oreos is chocolate. It isn't really chocolate. Like, it's not flavored like that.
No, it's
I'm not
not.
sure what it is, but that doesn't have a chocolate
I don't
taste
think
to
it's
me.
anything. It's artificial.
Maybe, yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? What is it what are they trying to say the taste is? Like, that's what I'm saying. You know?
All right. And then like the explosion happens, once
Yeah.
things start getting popular. 1920,
Mhm.
actually the 20s, Baby Ruth comes out 1921, Charleston Chew in 1925, Pez comes out in 1927.
Right before the crash. Lots of production going on. Yep.
Yep. 1930s comes along and you get Snickers.
I can see why too, because in the 1930s, it was a depression, and so you throw a bunch of stuff together and make something out of it, which is what Snickers is. Think
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. So 1930 was Snickers, 1935 Sugar Babies. Remember those?
Yep. Sugar
Love
babies
them.
and sugar
Good.
daddies. Yep.
Yeah. The 1940s comes along, and then all of a sudden you have peanut M&Ms.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
we
wait a
have
minute.
M&Ms,
Where
and
were the
now it's
regular
peanut.
ones?
Yeah, I don't know. It came before that,
Ron.
obviously.
Oh, we got
You know,
that was
but it
missing.
has specifically they added peanuts to the M&Ms, and that was great. 1941.
Mhm.
Um, also Cheetos.
Yep. Okay.
Love Cheetos.
What was the
Those are
cheese
really good.
puffs?
Yeah.
I guess those were first or after that or before that. I'm trying to.
The
I was
puffs
always
came after the regular crunchy ones.
okay. Okay. That was going to be my question. You probably had that information, and I'm just jumping ahead. Sorry.
No, I don't. I
Okay.
don't have that information. It's
Well, I'm
not
glad
that
I brought it up
detailed.
then. Yeah.
It's not that detailed.
Okay.
In the also the 40s, York peppermint patty. When I bite into a York peppermint patty, I get the sensation, and
I actually
of a
have
cool
in my
breeze
head.
running through my hair.
Yes, I have a whole York peppermint patties commercial in my head that I don't need to have in there because they
Yeah,
hammered it like they did in the 70s.
I know. It
Yeah.
was always on. It was on everything too.
Somewhere
So
way beyond this laundromat. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah. Then the 50s come, and now it starts getting almost ridiculous. Cheese Whiz comes in.
Yeah.
Fake cheese, right?
Come out of
Wow.
fondue, I guess. Is that where they got that
Yeah.
from? I guess. But
Peeps
yeah.
and Pixie Sticks. I used to love that.
Yeah.
Just give them sugar.
Yeah, I love
Let's
pixie
give the
sticks.
kids
Anything
sugar.
that was like tangy like that. Oh, I loved it. Yeah.
I love Pixie
Morning,
Sticks.
Kim. Yeah, yeah. Anything that was like sort of sourish. I loved
Yep.
it.
Yep. And I love Peeps. I
I
mean,
don't.
again, it's just
Ugh,
sugar.
peeps are
Just
gross.
sugar.
I don't like anything marshmallow. That really.
Hey, I don't want to hear a
Ugh.
peep out of you.
Too bad. Too bad. Yeah.
All right, the 60s brought us Doritos in 1966. The year I was born,
Mm-hmm.
they created a snack made for me.
Wow. You still eating it?
I love Doritos.
Do you?
Yes. Yes. Also in 1960, Starburst.
That was one of my
I
favorite things
remember
ever.
I was obsessed with Starburst in
Yep.
high school.
Me too. I love them. Love them.
And I would always give away the yellow ones.
I didn't care. I liked all of them. I don't know. Cause
Yeah, I was always I love the red, I love the pink, and I love the orange, and I pretty much give away the others.
I love the greens.
Yeah,
I
no,
believe the
line.
greens
Ugh.
were they were like apple. Oh my god, love those.
Oh, apple, whatever
Anything
it is. I
apple,
don't know.
loved it.
It was
Yeah, I
nasty.
know. It really wasn't anything, but that's what we thought.
Yeah. Pop Tarts and oatmeal cream pies, also in the 60s. Pop Tarts.
That was the Kellogg's rampage.
Yep. Yep.
The 60s.
I didn't like oatmeal cream pies.
I don't even think I've
I didn't
seen
really care for oatmeal
I've never
cookies
seen
either.
them. I don't even know what those are.
Yeah. They're not good.
Okay.
1970s. Oh, this is a good one. Famous Amos cookies,
Okay.
right? Famous Amos.
Yep.
Jelly Belly.
Yeah.
And you're not going to believe this one. The 1970s produced ketchup chips. I didn't think
Ugh.
it was that far back.
I honestly don't even know what those I've never heard of that.
It's just
Or was it a
chips
trend?
flavored with ketchup.
It's gross.
Yeah, it is gross. Not a ketchup fan.
I love ketchup, but not on chips.
I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense that they would try it. I assumed it was like a 2-day
Yeah.
thing and everybody didn't like it and they got rid of it.
I
But
just didn't think it went back that far.
oh,
I
interesting.
didn't know that they were made way back then. All right, then the 1980s happened, and of course, we went from regular popcorn to microwave popcorn.
Right.
Bagel Bites, Sour Patch Kids came into play.
Yep.
Those are good.
That had to be late. I think that
And
was late 80s. Sour Patch.
and I guess we couldn't make these here in America, but it was the start of American-made gummy worms. I guess we couldn't do that before the
I don't know.
1980s.
We had Swedish fish. What's the difference?
Well, they're made in Sweden.
Oh boy. Okay.
I don't know.
Ron, the
They
dad
only
joke.
spoke Swedish. We couldn't get to where they're from.
Where's Mrs. Fields? Because she came in the 80s.
Yeah, I know. They didn't really give us everything.
Yeah.
1990s. All of it's the rise of the fat-free snacks,
Yeah.
and they lied to everybody. I'm sure.
Fruit roll-ups. Do we have fruit
I,
roll-ups? What is
no,
that?
doesn't say
Oh,
that on here.
okay.
The 2000s to present focus on freshly minted snacks, organic options, and globally inspired flavors.
Interesting.
That is the timeline that they gave me.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, there is another one here. Wait, maybe there's something else. Let me see. History of snack foods. Um, yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Yeah. Oh, Jello in the 1900s. That's pretty general.
Oh,
Jello.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing they give you when you come out of when you're in the hospital. They come
Oh,
bring you
ice cream
Jello.
was 1920s
Oh, yep. I
because it
know
had to be
why.
frozen.
Yeah, they didn't have any refrigeration until
Right.
then. God, the world before
Let me see if
refrigeration.
there's
What was that
anything
like?
else. 1980s Smurf Berry Crunch, but that's a breakfast cereal. I don't consider
Right.
that a snack.
No, not really. Although when I was growing up, we did eat a lot of cereal like out of the box
Oh,
like that.
I do eat cereal as a snack sometimes, especially if it's corn pops.
Yeah, just open it up like and just pop them in.
Yeah,
I do that all the time. I used to do that with Cheerios when I was a kid.
yeah, Cheerios. Like I do it with corn pops. Fruit Loops is one that you can do that with.
Yep.
I mean, if you have Captain Crunch and stuff like that, it breaks your jaw.
God,
Like,
Captain Crunch used to just destroy the top of the roof of my
oh
mouth. It would
man,
just
those hurt.
yeah.
So with Captain Crunch, they're really good with warm milk because it makes them a little mushier.
Well, I like even cold milk, whatever. They have to be dunked in something, and they have to soften up. Because
Yes.
if you eat them right out of the box, you're gonna be you're gonna be in pain
Yeah, that's
after a
it.
while.
Doesn't give that site didn't give me really anything. It just told what was at the time.
Yeah,
So there you go. Timeline of certain snacks and where they came.
very
So
cool.
yeah. All right. Let's. Speaking of snacks, now
Yes.
Hollywood snacks. I was thinking, okay, it could be one of two things. Maybe good looking people and they are snacks,
Ooh, I didn't
or
do that. I
what
thought of that.
or what they're using for snacks, which in my opinion, it would be like cocaine, heroin.
No, Ozempic is the new cocaine, actually. But
So what do you get for
neither
Hollywood
one. I know there's
snacks?
no way that you were gonna be able to figure this out. And it's sort of like um it's piecemeal. It's a bunch of different things that are just interesting about Hollywood's take on snacks and just things that have happened that we remember that are like kind of historic. So the first thing I'm going to bring up is the Seinfeld Junior Mint, that kind of
Oh
thing.
my god, that was such a great
I
episode.
know, and I figured you would appreciate this segment because so in season 4, episode 20 of Seinfeld, of course, because people are going to want to go see it. I think Seinfeld is running on Netflix, but I'm not sure if they took it off. But I think it's still there. Elaine decides to visit her former boyfriend, who's in the hospital for a serious operation, and this thing happens where Kramer and Jerry have an accident with a Junior Mint,
It's so
and
crazy.
they get to like sort of sit in on a surgery. And not going to give away the whole episode, but Kramer decides that bringing Junior Mints in is because it's like theater to him.
It's like watching, yeah.
So he's like, you know what? You get to watch a surgery. Well, I'm going to bring something in like I'm going to a movie theater. And the line is from Kramer, who's going to turn down a Junior Mint? It's chocolate. It's peppermint. It's delicious. Jerry says that's true, and Kramer says it's very refreshing, which I think is funny. Just the way Kramer talks, if you know how that goes.
He was
So
a character. Wow.
yeah, I'm just bringing up that scene because it's if you ever do any Seinfeld trivia or anything like that, that's like one of the questions you always get asked. What did they bring to the surgery? What, or what was the unfortunate accident or whatever? What, there's
Yeah,
a thing that happens with a
it's
junior mint.
very memorable.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty funny. Beyond the show, you know what I mean? There's a few things about Seinfeld that like are over and above like the actual show that people don't forget, that running jokes. So the next thing I'm gonna bring up was popcorn, and I'm gonna bring up with popcorn the Michael Jackson Thriller video, right? Because it became a meme. It
Yeah,
became a whole thing now on social media, right? And so there's this just one scene where he's in the movie theater with Ola
yep,
Ray and watching some horror movie or whatever, and he's
yes,
just going to town on popcorn and he's all
yes,
excited, right? The meme became a thing where it's like if you see his meme, it means that like people are watching for something to go on, an argument or an internet troll is doing something, and you're just sitting
right,
back
a
watching it.
drama.
Yeah, it's crazy that it just became this meme and this thing that went on. It's been going on for like 40 years, and I just think it's funny, so I brought that up. Um,
Yeah, that's a good one.
the next one I brought up was strawberries and champagne, and I'm sure you're gonna know where that came from, or maybe not.
No, I was just typing in Michael Jackson hashtag.
Oh, yep. Strawberries and champagne came up as a kind of aside from Pretty Woman because
Oh,
at the beginning of
okay.
that movie, she's sitting there talking to him, and he orders champagne and gives her a bowl of strawberries, and she's like, "What is happening here?" And so we all, as people that watched, that was a big movie for us when we were younger. So we were all like, "Is that true? Is that true?"
Yeah,
So supposedly the balance between the sparkling acidity and fruity sweetness creates the like alchemy of champagne and strawberry
yeah,
pairings.
absolutely.
Is that true? Have you done it?
It is true.
Okay. um,
It is true.
so yeah, it's where Brut and Rosé reveal distinct nuances depending on the variety, subtle macerations of bold combinations. I am not a champagne or wine person. This is all verbiage from people who are wine connoisseurs. Uh, every detail transforms tasting into a sensory experience. However, according to Tasting Table, strawberries and champagne don't pair well because the fruit sweetness can bring out acidity in the champagne. Instead of getting a sweet and delightful bite, you might get a palate underwhelming or overwhelming in the worst way. And I think they're saying it's more because champagne changed over the years
Yes.
in that it used to be a lot sweeter and it's kind of become more like, well, not necessarily bitter, but it's just the flavor of it has changed, so it's not necessarily a good pairing with strawberries now. But at that time, when Richard Gere handed over that bowl and ordered a bottle of champagne for Julia Roberts, it was probably more of a delightful experience. So I brought that up just because I thought, what are things like? I was trying to figure out what are things like that we see in TV and movies that like require somebody eating some weird snack or whatever, right? So this is like I said, there's no rhyme or reason to this. I just put it together. Here's one of my other ones that is funny, and we've talked about this movie a million times. But pizza delivery from past
Yep.
times at
I
Ridgemont
was
High,
thinking it. I was thinking it, but I
and
didn't want
so,
to blow it up.
uh, so
I
it
did watch it that day
yeah.
too, by the way.
Yep, and see what I
Love it.
said about, what's his name? Forrest Whitaker? He was a baby in
Yes,
that, and most
I
people don't
know.
remember that because he wasn't even nobody knew who he was at that time. So and you gotta catch, Nicolas Cage was behind the counter, uh, in the restaurant with Judge Reinhold. Yeah,
Was
Nicolas
he?
Cage is there. He does a cameo, and the whole point of that is that Nicolas Cage was he was gonna be Brad. I guess he was supposedly gonna be Brad, or he was auditioning for Brad, and I guess they started working with him, but his intensity was weird. Like he didn't fit that like the character they were trying to create, so he
No.
wouldn't have been right. So they brought in Judge Reinhold because Judge Reinhold he had to be kind of not popular, and Nicolas Cage didn't come off like that. But
Yeah.
they kept Nicolas Cage and they put him behind the counter with Judge Reinhold
I didn't
at
even.
the
I
burger
don't even
place.
remember that.
Yeah,
And I
he's back
just
there.
watched it a couple weeks
He
ago.
might say like 2 words or something, but they just got him back there. And this is probably like Nicolas Cage was like at that time wasn't that popular either. He might have done Valley Girl, but I don't even think he might have maybe
I
done
love
Valley
that
Girl and that
movie,
was
by
it.
the way.
Right. So he wasn't like who he is now at this point, but it's part of the launching of his career, right? 4 good careers came out of that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you ever watch it again, he's straight up standing right there serving burgers. They put him in there for a few minutes, and that's it. You don't see him after that. Maybe I think the no shoes, no shirt, no service, no dice, whatever that scene is, where they come in with their shirt, taking their shirts off or whatever. He might be in that
Spicoli.
scene.
That
But
movie produced many more people than 4.
well, it came up with it. I'm talking good long careers. I mean, there's people that
I
were
know, but
famous
I
after that.
mean, Jennifer Jason Leigh,
Yeah,
Phoebe Cates. I mean, there was a lot of people that was in that.
right. You had yeah, there's a I mean, there's a bunch of I mean, obviously they really what I'm saying is like Sean Penn. I mean, look at Sean Penn's career
Yes. Oh, I
and
know.
look at Forrest Whitaker's career
Well, yeah.
and look at Nicolas Cage's career, even though he was
Yeah.
barely in it. And even Judge Reinhold, he had a pretty good
Oh, yeah,
career
he's
after
had a
that.
big career. I mean, he
So
was
those are the
on
4 I'm thinking,
freaking
but
Beverly Hills Cop, for Christ's sake.
I know. I mean, he became Beverly Hills Cop. I'm not sure. He almost I think he got stereotyped or typecast from that to the point where
Yeah,
I don't think he could move around outside of that too much.
I
But
know.
but anyway, in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Jeff Spicoli, who would have been Sean Penn, orders a pizza and he has it delivered right to the desk in the middle of the history class in high school,
Mr. Hunt,
causing a
Mr. Hand.
trend for Amy heckling. See, here's what happened after that, and we all went to the movies and watched it. By the way, Taylor Negron, do you remember Taylor Negron? He delivered the pizza. He was the guy that came in.
Yes,
He's got
yes.
kind of a career. He's been in a few things. The one,
Very
yeah,
a character actor.
yeah, he was a comedian and
Yeah,
at that time, and he did a lot of things. The one thing I remember him in, he's been in a few things, but the one thing I remember him in was the guy that was handing over the instructions on the ape that they were transporting in Trading Places. That was Taylor
yeah,
Negron, right? So,
yeah.
and Ray Wollaston, who was one of the best teachers they ever cast, he was so great.
He was
Um,
awesome. He
right,
was
so
aw Mr. Martian there, the old Martian show there. I can't remember the name
yeah,
of the show.
I don't remember that because I don't think I watched a
My
lot of that,
Favorite
but
Martian.
okay. Yeah, I didn't. But he was so good. They had to have a teacher that wasn't yelling. And he was so good because he was just like he was calm, but he
Oh
was,
my god,
you
he
know,
was
the
brilliant in that.
yeah, it was great. But yeah, what happened was apparently after we all watched that movie, several children tried that and drove schools crazy for a really long time where they tried to call pizzas in. And now
Yeah,
it would never be something you could do, but back then, a delivery driver literally could walk into a school and walk up to a classroom and with a pizza, and that happened a lot after that movie.
yeah.
So I just wanted to bring that up because I think it's funny that it became a thing that like drove schools bananas for a while.
Oh,
Like
absolutely,
kids were getting in
absolutely.
trouble. Kids were like, "You can do that? You can just order a pizza?" Like
It happened in my school, somebody did
that.
it,
Yeah, I don't know how
you
many of them
know,
got away with it, but a lot of schools tried it. A lot of kids tried
and
that.
at the time, like, the way my school was set up
Mhm.
is the main doors opened up, and the planetarium that we had in our high school was
Right.
right there. You had
Yep.
to go around to the left to get to the offices, and
Mhm.
if you go to the right, it goes through another door, and there's all the, like, the English classes and stuff
Yep.
like that, and therefore, it was so easy for somebody just to go in and bring something to
Right.
one of the classes.
And think about it, like, friggin' Sean Penn in that scene is hilarious. He's just like, "Right here, dude. That's me." Like, he just
Yeah,
it's just
it
funny
it
to
was
see.
it was
Yeah.
brilliant.
And
It
so
was
we were just
brilliant.
like, "Wait a minute." Like, all of us none of us could even imagine something like that till we saw it, then we were like, "Wait a minute. We could do that?" I never did it, but some kids in my school did it. Some kids in, I guess, all over the country that happened, and I'm sure they didn't get away with it. It didn't go very well, but everybody tried it. The next thing I'm gonna bring up is the cupcake hack. I'm not sure if you've heard of that, but most people have by
Cupcake
now.
hack?
So in 2022, Anne Hathaway was on the Kelly Clarkson show, and they're talking back and forth about Anne Hathaway's career or whatever, and somehow or other, like there were cupcakes that somebody brought cupcakes in or whatever. They were sitting on that table, And Anne Hathaway's like, "Oh, let me show you how to eat a cupcake so that you don't make a mess." And Kelly Clarkson was like, "I'm fascinated. Tell me all about it." And so what she did was she broke the bottom of the cupcake off and put it on top of the frosting. And then she ate it like a sandwich, which was kind of interesting. I had never seen it before. But I looked into it and I brought it up just because it's a snack thing. And there's a woman by the name of Angela Pagan from an article called The Takeout who did a whole article on that's nonsense. And it's actually worse if you do that. You're going to make more of a mess and there's more crumbs. And what if half your dessert falls on the floor? And she went through this whole thing. But I guess the Girl Scouts introduced that hack in like 1999. And so it wasn't any new thing, but for some reason when Anne Hathaway did it, everybody was like, "What?" And so it was just like a trend. It was a kind of a
Anne
thing that I
Hathaway,
brought up. I know. So I just thought it was funny to bring up because it was snack related. The next one is Frasier. You don't like Frasier?
No.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. This is about
Now,
Eddie.
why did they have the worst character on Cheers be a spinoff?
That's your opinion of the worst character. You forgot that part.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's not.
I was a Frasier fan for years, but whatever. Uh, this is about Eddie, who's
Well,
the doggy that was
Eddie
on.
is good. I liked Eddie
Okay, and
and the dad.
Eddie probably had the most uh fan mail out of everybody on the show. Eddie
Oh, I
did,
believe that.
and in
Believe me, I believe that.
2004, when he did the last episode, when they all did like the last episode of Frasier, they brought him out, and he got a standing ovation for like something like 6 minutes. Eddie, because he was old. The original Eddie was a dog by the name of Moose, and he was trained to do all kinds of stuff. One of them was to do a very specific stare at Kelsey Grammer, which I think went on sometimes for 45 seconds or something like that, but it was a very intense stare. But he was trained with, and this is dog snacks, liver pate and sardine oil. And they used that to do everything. He was very food motivated dog, and they used it to do everything that he did as far as a trick. So all the things you see him do, like they actually put liver pate on people's faces. If he was supposed to lick somebody's face, they did that and then filmed it. So I guess he smelled like sardines and stuff most of the time. Kelsey Grammer wasn't a big fan of Eddie's. I guess he got what he needed out of him, but he wasn't really close. Although the guy that played the dad was more affectionate with Eddie, with Moose. And then Moose became Enzo. At some point they had a litter of he had a litter of puppies, and like they found a puppy in his litter that looked just like him. And so Enzo took over from Moose because Moose got old. He started getting gray and not moving as
Yeah.
quick and whatever. So they brought Enzo in, but apparently Moose and Enzo, which I think is funny, couldn't be in the same room. Like they would try to kill each other, so they had to separate them all the time. But
Wow.
that it's just this woman by the name of Matilda Cagney. She actually trained and worked with the dogs on set, and those were Eddie's snacks. So I just thought I'd bring that up.
There you go.
And then what
We
was
look. I'm looking at the time. We're
Oh,
already
we
at
gotta
an
go.
hour 14.
Let's cut it.
Um, we
Okay.
it's getting late.
Okay.
I have a cutoff today
Okay.
because
Let's go.
I got things to do. This has just been I just looked up at the time and I'm like, oh my god,
I
and
know.
we're not even two.
Where is me and Kenny come in under 5 minutes.
I know.
I have to bring up
I
one
know.
thing though. The movie
Go ahead.
Speed.
Speed, yes.
This was a fascinating fact for me. Speed was so intense as a movie in a theater. People were afraid to leave the theater to do anything. The concession stand made no money or very little money. Nobody went to the bathroom. I just thought that was great.
Nope.
Viewers were so gripped by the tension that if they did leave, they walked backwards out of the theater.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
just thought I'd bring that up.
it's so intense that you're on the edge of your seat and you're just
Yeah.
waiting for something.
You have no idea what's gonna go on because that really was one of the worst, not worst, one of the most like packed action. Like there was no break in that movie at all.
No, because it just the tension that
Yeah,
it created.
And so the concession stand made no money, or they made very little money, which was a good thing for the people that made the film. That's what they wanted to see, of course. Of course,
Yeah.
the theaters weren't really happy with it. But yeah, people were just like, I'm afraid to go. I don't like if you don't get your snacks on the way in, you're not going to eat. Like that's the kind of movie it was. So
Right.
that was pretty
Of course,
interesting. I
now
just
you can just order it from your seat.
right. It's called fear of walking out. I guess that's a phrase, a Hollywood phrase they call it. Fear of walking out or fear of missing action.
Yeah.
And so that's what they created. I guess they were looking to do that, but I just thought
Yeah.
that was a fun
No, it
fact. So
was a great movie.
if you ever
It was a
watch
great movie.
Speed, get all your snacks and go to the bathroom before you start it, because and you've never seen it. Obviously, if you've seen it, you know how it goes. But if you've never seen it, you're not going to want to get up and leave. You could stop it,
Yeah.
but it's not the same.
It's
Anyway,
definitely this is a topic that we're definitely gonna have to revisit
yeah,
because there's some great stuff out there.
yeah.
There's some
Here
great stuff.
we thought we had no idea what we were going to talk about when it came to snacks, but
Because you still have ET with the Reese's Pieces.
mhm, yep, you do.
You know, there's a lot. All right, we still have 2 topics to get to. I'm hoping we can do that in the next 14 minutes.
Well, if you want to do
So I'm
yours,
gonna
we'll
try to
wrap it up.
I'm gonna try to speed through this because I want to get to those fun facts.
Okay,
All right, so I decided to do Ron's top 5 1999 Billboard Top 100.
okay.
So there was a lot of great songs from that year. Believe was the number 1 song of the year.
I was
I
working
share.
in Barry's and I was DJing like almost 3 times a week at that time, so whatever you're gonna mention, I'll probably played it so
Yeah,
much that
so
it's
Believe
making me
was number
sick.
1.
Yep,
Number 2 was No Scrubs.
yep.
Monica, Angel of Mine was number 3. Heartbreak Hotel by Whitney. And
Mhm.
number 5 was Baby One More Time by Britney.
That was a big one.
None of those made my list.
Okay. Alright.
So, but there was a lot of great songs. There was Kiss Me, Sixpence, None the Richer. You know, that was their problem. They had a horrible name.
Well, they
You know,
changed it. Didn't
yeah,
they roll it over to the chorus eventually?
I'm just
Okay.
saying, you know, when
Yeah.
you start out like that, that's not a good thing because
No,
nobody
yeah.
knew what their name was.
I know.
Christina Aguilera was big with Genie in a
In a
Bottle.
bottle. Mhm.
Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way. Smash Mouth, All Star. Santana and Rob Thomas with Smooth.
Smooth. Oh god. Smooth was the bane of my existence, but, we won't get into that. Oh
Save
my
Tonight,
goodness.
Eagle Eye Cherry. I'm looking at Backstreet Boys had multiple
Yeah, they
songs.
did. Everybody and Backstreet's
Uh,
Back and
I liked What It's Like by Everlast.
yep.
Lenny
Oh, that was a good one.
Kravitz,
Yeah.
Fly Away.
Where's Mambo number 5? I'm surprised you didn't say that. Okay, sorry. Sorry.
Will Smith, Miami,
Yep.
Wild Wild West. Both did not make my list.
Okay.
Hard to believe. Um, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Scar Tissue, Mariah Carey, I Still Believe, Summer Girls by LFO,
Mm, they were like the
Third Eye Blind with Jumper,
T-Mode Boy
Lauren
Street.
Hill, Doo
Yep.
Wop, that thing
Mhm.
didn't make
That
my
was a
list.
good one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, didn't make my
Sure.
list.
Alright.
That weird song by Sean Mullins, Lullaby, where he talks through the whole song. Just
Yeah.
talks.
That was a weird tune.
That was weird.
It was weird.
Jewel Hands, right? She's great.
Yep.
Fantastic. Tim McGraw, Please Remember Me. It was like a country year. Like there was a lot of country
Yep.
stars.
I remember.
Um,
I was working
Faith
country radio at
Evans.
that time.
There was Mark Chestnut. I
Mhm.
Don't Want to Miss a Thing, the remake of Aerosmith.
Yep.
Sarah McLachlan, which I thought this was going to be on my list, and it didn't make it. I Will Remember You.
Uh-huh.
Thought
Okay.
it was. I think it's a great song.
It is.
Whitney's My Love Is Your Love.
That was a big dance tune. That
Yeah.
became a big dance tune. Yeah.
Yep.
For us.
Juvenile, Back That Thing Up.
Yep. Back that ass up, actually.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I didn't say it.
Am I gonna get?
Mark
Am I getting?
Anthony, I Need to Know.
Okay. Yeah, that was a
Good
big one.
song.
That was a big one for us.
Lone Star, Amaze, Fastball, Out of My Head, Jay-Z, Hard Knock Life did not
Fastball.
make
Oof.
my top 5.
Right. Right.
That song from the Rugrats,
I don't know.
um,
I'll know the
"Take
song,
Me
but I won't
There"
know the
by
movie.
Blackstreet with Maya and, like,
Oh
50
yeah,
other
yeah,
people.
yeah. I remember that. Yep.
Alright, so, then there was I I needed one more for my honorable mention,
Okay.
and there was Mambo Number 5,
Okay.
but there was also Shania Twain, "Man, I Feel Like a Woman." I
Yeah.
love that song for whatever reason, and I couldn't decide which one of those 2 to put in my honorable mention, so I left them both off.
Okay.
So I have 9.
All right.
So, honorable mention, Last Kiss, Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
I
I
like the
remember
song.
that. That became kind of big.
It's kind of a sad song.
Yeah, it is, but it's a remake. So yeah.
Yeah. Also honorable mention, Goo Goo Dolls, Iris.
Oh God, we're getting killed
Honorable
with that
mention.
song right now. It's like a trend. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Good song though.
Honorable mention.
And is Johnny Resnick okay? Let's find out. Yeah, I think he's still in the hospital.
Oh, I should have put Mom. Yeah, Hugo, you're absolutely right. Honorable mention number 5. It should have
There
been
you go.
Mambo number 5. You're
Yep.
right. So it's in there.
There you go.
Just because.
Where's the bad
Also
touch? Where's
honorable
the bad
mention,
touch? Yes.
Matchbox 20, Back to Good. I
Hmm.
like that song. I really do. I think
They
that's
were
a great
okay.
song. And my number 6, the Bubble song.
Hmm.
Honorable mention, Bayamos,
Bye, Lamos.
Enrique Iglesias.
Hmm.
It's a great song.
Yep. We played it quite a bit. Yep.
Enrique. I mean, it's no hero, but it's a
Yeah.
great song.
God, that song was awful. Don't talk to me about that.
All right, number 5. The guy way down next to me in the corner on that side of where my little
Which one was it? She
animated
bangs.
character is Ricky Martin.
Live and leave it a little.
Living La Vida Loca. I don't care who you are. If you can't move to that song,
Right. It's a big one.
it's a great song. I
He was
love
big
it.
back then. Ricky Martin was a big thing back in 1999.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. So, Living La Vida Loca, number 5. Number 4 is Len, Steal My Sunshine.
That was a great tune. That's got a
I
great
love
intro
that
on it.
song.
It's got a great intro on it. Yep.
Yes,
It's actually got
absolutely.
Andrea True connection. You know that, right?
No, I did not know
The
that.
beginning of Len is the Andrea True connection. More, more, more. That is what you're listening to. That's the
Oh,
loop from
I
that song.
did not know that.
Yes. That's the dumb crap that I have in my head. It's useless, but it's
There we
Andrea
go.
True
See?
connection.
But
Yep.
it's not useless. It came
More,
up.
more, more. How do you like it? It's that song. Anyway,
Yes.
yeah, that's what they're.
Oh, wow. I didn't
That's
even
the
know that.
intro. Yes.
All right. Number 3,
Hmm.
Tal Bachman, She's So High.
Yeah, that's a good tune.
Great song.
That's one of those one-hit wonders. Nobody knew who he was. Everybody
No.
loved it. They sang it, and it went away, and nobody. He never did another one. Or
I
if he
didn't know
did,
that
I don't.
was. I thought it was somebody else.
Yeah, it's Tal Bachman. Yeah, it's weird. It's just there's a couple of songs like that in the '90s that just one person sang a song, everybody loved it, and they went away, and that was it.
Yeah. Go
Yeah,
figure.
that was a
Huh?
great tune.
All right. Number 2
Hmm.
is Sugar Ray, Every Morning.
Yeah, I love that song.
I love
I
that
love
song.
I love a couple of Sugar Ray's tunes, but for some reason, I don't know. I play every morning, and nobody seems to ever like it when I play it, but I
I
love it.
love it. I love it. I do.
It's a
That's
good
a
yacht
great
rock
song.
tune. It goes good with like that background
Yes.
Newport noise stuff that I play. It goes right in there.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But number 1 has to be the Google Dolls, Slide. Number
Slide's
1.
good. Slide,
I
name,
love it.
Iris. They like that. They love that one. I guess they must have said more than one word, and we're gonna lose everybody. So they just, except for the black balloon,
Yeah.
then they changed it.
Black Balloon was was number 64 of the year, and it was
Yeah,
tough for me to leave it out, but I
yeah.
I did.
But I can't believe the Bad Touch didn't come up. How can the Bad Touch not come up?
Bad
And how
Touch was
and how
not
could yeah, the Bad
was
Touch
not
is
in
not
top 100.
wow. I can't see how that was true unless it was I have the wrong year. But I'm pretty sure the Bad Touch was like you couldn't get away from that song in '99.
No, it
Uh,
wasn't it
you
wasn't
and
in the top
me,
100.
baby, ain't nothing but mammals. Yeah, I know that was a big
No,
thing. Um,
I don't like the song anyway. I
I
wouldn't have
don't.
made my list.
Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't really care much for it either, but people could not. They wanted to hear it. You couldn't
Yeah.
escape it.
It was a really good it was a good year for music.
Yeah, it was.
I unfortunately I had to leave some out, and
Shakira was there. There's like a bunch of stuff from '99 that I can remember playing at that time. But yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
All right, let's do fun facts
Fun facts about
as
concession
quick as
stands.
possible.
Yep, going from my speed segue into concession stands. They're technically like really massive profit drivers, right? Popcorn is like one of the highest margins in those things.
Oh yeah.
Uh, 4 in 5 fans purchase items at events spending $32 a piece. So that's kind of what people buy at concession stands.
It's
Hot
ridiculous.
dogs, nachos, and popcorn. I don't for some reason I don't get the food is weird to me. Like you should have stuff that you could pop with like a hand snack, but like when people start like making hot dogs and pizza and like actual food, that's weird. I don't know why I think like that's weird in concession stands because I think it spoils or whatever. It doesn't. I don't know. It sits out there
You know,
anyway. It's like gas station food for me. It's just weird.
I don't know. I
Anyway,
go to the Apple Cinema in
yeah,
Warwick, and you order the tenders. They're like $15,
yeah.
and they are spectacular. They are really good.
That's expensive, man. Like
It's not that expensive,
it is.
considering most other places are going to be like 12, $13 now.
Well, maybe so. I don't know. I would maybe yeah. The prices are changing now; they're going up, so maybe that's what it is. But I always thought that they were way overpriced. But maybe that's just me. So popcorn and nuts during the Super Bowl, 3.8 million pounds of popcorn and 2.5 million pounds of nuts are consumed. Just so you know,
Yeah, yeah,
right? That makes sense.
makes sense.
Accidental treats. Popsicles were invented by accident in 1905 by the 11-year-old Frank Apperson. He was so in case you ever eat popsicles, now you'll know there was like a 11-year-old kid who made popsicles, which kind of makes sense when you think about it, but maybe nobody thought about it before he did.
That's fun. That's pretty funny.
A dentist created cotton candy. It was co-invented by a dentist, William Morrison. So when you eat, I don't know whether they created it so they could make more business or what, but a dentist co-created cotton candy. Not actually chocolate. White chocolate is technically not chocolate because it contains no cocoa solids, which I think most of us know. But some people may not have known that. Some flavor Fruit Loops, same flavor Fruit Loops, despite their different colors, every single Fruit Loop is the same flavor. I think that's funny because I think most people we have that
Yeah,
like weird effect that I think most people do think that they're tasting something
yeah. No,
different,
it's all the
but
same.
it's not. It's the same exact flavor. Isn't that funny? Valuable candy. Snickers bars were named after a horse, not for
I
giggling.
knew that too.
You did know that because we
I
did
did
talk
a
about
fun
that.
facts on candy bars once.
I think we did. Yeah, I think I remember you talking about that and whatever. But some people probably thought it had to do with laughing for some reason. High profitability nachos are among the most profitable concession items due to low cost, easy to use ingredients, which makes sense. It's easier to sell them. It's easier to pack up in big bunch
Yeah,
of them and cheese or whatever. But nachos at a movie theater is like I don't know. And you might as well just buy Cheese Whiz and throw it on some Doritos.
it's the same damn
Valuable
thing.
well, so yeah, so the best seller beer is often the top selling concession item at stadiums. Hot dogs and pretzels are leading in food. So those are the 3 biggest things that you're gonna see,
Yeah,
when you go anywhere.
ballpark
Last
Franks.
what was that?
Ballpark Franks.
Yeah. So, I think it makes sense when you're at a game for sure. Lasting treats. Honey never spoils and can last indefinitely. So if you have honey or you like honey, it doesn't go bad. That's pretty cost effective. Fried pickle craze. Pickles are increasingly popular in concession stands right now, even as pickle pops, frozen
Ugh,
pickle juice. I have friends that are pickle fanatics and would love
Ugh,
this.
so nasty.
I love pickles, I do. I don't know that I need all of the excess, like, snackage and stuff coming from
I'm
that.
gonna
I think,
pass
like,
on the
just
pickle.
like, I just give me a jar of them and I'm happy. I don't need all the other stuff that's pickle flavored, but, modern venues are moving away from only standard fare to include hyper local food options that represent the surrounding community. So if you go out somewhere, it's possible that maybe pulling stuff in from stuff around the area that you live in, as far as concessions are
Yeah,
concerned. So, yeah, but I that was it. Just little. I don't know if they're little fun
that's
facts. If
pretty
they're,
cool.
you
Yeah,
know,
because you go to certain restaurants and they might have like the beer from a local brewery.
yep.
I know that happens
I
a
like
lot
that.
here in
I
Rhode
do like
Island.
that. I like local. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I definitely like local. When you go to, I like when you go to supermarkets and you have like produce from local farms
Yep.
or Stony Brook Farms or whatever you call it, like whatever the products that are from
Like
that
brown
area.
eggs.
Right, right.
Brown eggs,
Yeah, good,
local
sing
eggs,
it.
look.
But yeah, like it makes sense that you don't wanna ship stuff from, like, another state. If your state is good at having some
No,
stuff, you
bingo.
wanna make sure the
Jeez.
store
Pickled
stocks.
cheese balls. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, gross. I know, I know. I don't, like I said, I don't mind. I'm
Ugh.
a purist. I like my stuff plain. I don't like a bunch of extra stuff on my food, so I don't want pickle flavored chips or anything like that. Like, I'll just eat
Yeah.
a pickle if that's what I want. It makes no sense to me,
Well,
but
look,
yeah.
Lena, I
Yeah,
know if we ever do a 24-hour show,
I know, it's
it's
ridiculous.
gotta be like me and you.
I know, me and Kenny come in under, like, we're always like, "Are we done? It's
I
only,"
know.
yeah, I don't know what's
I
happening,
know.
but yeah, it's crazy.
So be looking for that some point in
Did
the
everybody, I
future.
hope everybody enjoyed this,
Oh, this was a great show. I love it. I mean,
you
we could
know?
go on for like we would still be talking
Yeah,
about Hollywood snacks if it wasn't for time.
that's true. I only had one more story anyway, but yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but like I said,
It was about
there's so
done.
many that we could think of.
Oh, I know. I know. I was just like, I'll just throw a few things together. I knew we were gonna go into a conversation based on the stuff I brought up,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
that's
So,
why I
but
didn't use it all.
look,
Yeah,
it's that time. We have to wrap up.
it is.
Tomorrow, Kenny will be back, and I will be here with him, and I'm sure I'll have a top five. It is the beginning of board game week.
Wow.
Like
The
it's
stuff you come
Scrabble
up with,
Day, I
Ron.
think, like Monday or Tuesday or something like that. So board game week is upon us tomorrow.
Okay.
I know I'm gonna have some stuff prepared for that,
You're gonna have to.
guaranteed. So join me and Kenny at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, Eastern Standard Time, of course.
Mhm.
7 out in the Pacific. Hugo, I believe, is 2 hours behind, maybe eight
I'm not sure.
ish, maybe. My favorite snack has to be ice cream. Has to be. Has to be.
What?
Chocolate ice cream, preferably.
Okay.
You know.
There you go.
Look, you can find Lena where?
So there's my YouTube, Lana Lee Williams 8668. And then you can also find me on Facebook, which you're probably already doing, if you see me, uh,
Yeah.
on Facebook because it's streaming over there. Oh, it looks like it should be. Lena DJ Lena Williams, and
Yeah.
that's DEEJAY, and then Instagram, Lena DJ Williams at IG, and that's of course DEEJAY. But and yes, our podcast is coming. We're working on it. I know I say
Yep.
this every week.
Yes. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. I want to thank Hugo for being here as always. And
And
we
Kim
had
and Laura.
Kim
Yep,
and Laura.
those are
Yes.
my
And
girls.
we have a bunch of other people watching that don't comment. I think you
They're
should start
lurking.
commenting. You
Huh?
should start commenting. People should always comment,
I know. Maybe
you
those are
know?
the Amazonians you were talking about.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe
Yeah,
they decided, hey, let's go check and see it on video.
the
It's alive.
Amazonians. are watching.
The Amazonians, Wonder Woman, and the rest of them are watching.
That's
All right, we'll see everybody
creepy.
tomorrow. Have a great day. Enjoy, people.
Enjoy your Saturday. Bye bye.